I don't have
One
one.
passes.
Yep.
They gotta use one. They want one of these.
Well, you look like you're in a band because I'm wearing a freaking beanie.
I don't have a lemon.
Yeah, you can just start, Mark.
Yeah, I got it. We're good. Whenever
You
you.
guys look like they came out to New
Want me to
Jersey.
go find Bucky before you go?
Ask him if he can give you two of the.
So we did an interview with you already,
Yes, we did.
right?
Hey, Brian.
Oh, you're
Brian
here.
1, Brian
You're
2.
One of those days.
It's Brian number 1.
Yeah.
Brian number 2.
And number 2.
And Steve number 1.
And that would be Steve number 1. Okay.
So tell me a little bit about the tour, when it started, how's it going, you know.
Wait, I don't mean to tell you. Are we recording this?
Yeah.
Where's the mic?
Yeah.
That's gonna pick us up.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, Jim, that's a flip.
See?
All right.
Okay.
Alright, so the first question was where it started.
Yeah, where it started, how's it going?
It's going good. We're having a great time. We're playing really well. We started June 15th at the Avalon Theater in Salinas, California.
No. Santa Clara.
Okay, I'm wrong, but it was called the Avalon Theater in Santa Clara, California. My apologies.
No, it was called the Avalon. It wasn't the theater.
It said theater. Yes, it said theater on the sign. It did say theater.
It was a theater somewhere in California.
Nope, you don't have a phone.
I gotta go. But it's going really well. Everybody's getting along good. It's fun to watch other bands and pick up some stuff and learn some, have fun with everybody.
The Days Before Tomorrow just came out a little while ago.
Right.
I was recording different, you know, from Brian number 1 to Derek.
As far as the process, really, it wasn't that much different. We did take our time a little more. We were still writing the songs for the record while we had already started recording. A couple of 2 or 3 songs were written while we had already recorded 3 or 4 of the other songs. I like to take my time. I like to go in and do a song at a time, and then we concentrate on that, make sure we're at the point where we're good with the arrangements and the parts and everything, and then go in and do it in spend 3 or 4 days doing all the tracking. So we concentrate on that song, as opposed to going in and doing drums on everything and then bass on everything and whatnot. So it allows us to focus, and then we can come back, a couple of weeks later, a month later, and listen back to the tracks and see if there's anything we want to change. But pretty much that's a process we've been doing for a long time.
Cool. Now, The Days Before Tomorrow and Deep Red Shadow, both on our site, got reviewed by Mark, and both got 4 stars.
Cool.
Does a review actually help the band at all?
It actually depends on the review.
Exactly.
It helps us when they're good. No. Actually, you can tell a seasoned journalist or somebody whose opinion is valid by the things that they say.
Right.
I've read some that are absolutely sing the biggest praises that are ridiculous, and some of the critical ones that are just like, I don't think they even listen to them.
Right.
But fortunately, we get really good reviews on our records. So what people need to do is not listen to the reviews. They can read them to get some ideas.
Right.
But one guy will compare us to Tool, and the next guy will compare us to Rat. So it's like, the only way you're going to really judge is by listening to the record.
Right, yeah.
And nowadays, it's a lot easier to have the opportunity to take a listen to a record or a sample of a song somewhere. Back in the day, you couldn't do that anyway. You bought the record and took a chance on it.
Right.
So I think it helps out to a certain degree, but it's not. I would say 50% of them are fairly accurate. The rest of them are just someone's own ideas on it.
Well, your career has been pretty long. You have a big history.
Yeah.
Was it all worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the commercial success of the band deserves and deserved a lot more than we've received so far. But we're still moving. So, but as far as the actual self-satisfaction of what I think we've accomplished is huge. So yeah, absolutely.
Brian, The Day Before Tomorrow. Did you enjoy recording of it? Did you have any changes you might have wanted to make during that recording?
I did enjoy it. If I had some changes to make, I would have rewritten some of Steve's solos. No, I had it was a long process. time with it, and so it was fun, but it was taxing a little bit, and driving back and forth from my home because I don't live where the rest of the band lives. So it was a lot of long nights and traveling and stuff. But yeah, the end product, I think, you hear it yourself. It sounds like it's really well done. It's well produced. I think Steve did a really good job producing. Sylvia Massey did a really good job engineering, and John Taylor, of course, mastered. Thought the song arrangements were really good. I think it's a different style of Lillian to me. And I just got in there and did what I do and tried to do the best I could. And I thought the product sounded really good at the end of the day. For me, I'm a little biased, obviously. I like the direction that Steve wrote more so than the last couple of records. Not that it was any better, it's just a different direction. And I think for what we're doing right now, I think it fits. Made more sense.
Now, did you have to audition to get the spot from there?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
And how was that process? What songs did he make you sing?
It was hellacious and it was very mean. I'm not even joking. So evidently I had the part for like, I guess 4 or 5 months and they wouldn't tell me. So that part wasn't fun, so I was just kind of on pins and needles every day. They just kept dragging me along. But no, I did audition. There were evidently other well-accomplished singers or very validated singers that auditioned as well. And at the end of the day, I got the part. So yeah, that was a process, and it was more than once. As far as songs, went through a catalog. We did 2 songs. Steve sent me some material over. I re-recorded it through Pro Tools and sent it back to him. And that's before we even did the audition. That was 47 Ways to Die and Picture of Human Life. I'm mistaken off Deep Red Shadows. And then when we got there, we did, of course, the classics like Misery Loves Company, Show a Little Love, True Believer, Ghost of Winter, World Stop Turning. Steve, you can help me out?
I don't know, we did about 12, 13, 14 songs.
That was just the first one. Like I said, it was I think 3 or 4 I went down 3 or 4 times and then they didn't tell me till like 8 months later.
Yeah.
A little exaggerated.
No,
Well, it's like adopting a child, you know? You don't just go, oh,
Charlie, you know it's the truth. It's the truth. They had any way on my at least 8 months.
you can't just go, oh, it's a cute kid, we'll take him. You gotta find out if you're gonna get up in the middle of the night.
What's funny is when we recorded Take the Bullet, I just remember that. You may remember this because I never even asked questions about it. And I know Eric and them will validate this. Like when we did Take the Bullet at that point, I still wasn't even told I had the job. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I never really asked. So I just
We were just gonna replace the vocal of somebody
so I just did it. Do you remember that, Charlie? Because I was never told until because we did that in April. And I think I was told. I don't remember when I was told. It was really funny. Maybe a couple weeks later.
So what was the main thing that you heard from him that really stuck out in your mind saying,
How many zeros put in this check? No, I mean, it was a lot of different facets. I mean, that's like I said,
He heard an angelic voice. It's night after night, get the job done. What it is. I'm really not cheating, but
I mean, there's so many different elements you have to deal with, you know? It's not just whether or not the guy can sing, it's how we're going to deal with him as a human being and a person, his values, what's going to be like, travel with this person, what's he like on stage, is he have the capability to grow with the band, does he, understand that I'm the boss and when I say goes?
Right.
Oh.
Well, it's true.
right. I didn't understand that part because I fight him all about tooth and nail about stuff.
You have a skull in there?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I'm the wise guy. No, it was, I actually knew it was the right fit. Probably even before I even heard him sing. I just had the feeling. But, we had just gone through the situation where we had to sing for 1 gig. And, I just wasn't going to go. I was going to make sure it wasn't fair to me or the band or the fans to jump into a situation, too soon. I needed to know. I think it was working on all elements because plenty of talented guys, man, and I tell you what, you get some of the very talented guys that are so quirky, it's ridiculous, and that it just doesn't work. So, you have to learn the person as an individual and as a human being first, and then the talent second. So,
Tell me anything going on with your life's experience?
not right now. Nah, it's on
Is that
hold for a while. It's just whenever I have time. This thing, Lillian, takes over all of my time.
And
So
is Angel a finished product now?
that's up to Frank. Whatever you want, whenever he wants to get it back together, I'll be there if I have time. But I still consider being the guitar player for Angels.
Cool. Is there anything coming up you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, we're going to Europe in September. We're also going to be recording a live unplugged album and live unplugged DVD, kind of a songwriter type thing where people can win a contest to come be in the studio with us while we record it.
Cool.
And they can ask questions and we talk about the songs and make it an event. And then we have a new video for Death Comes Tomorrow, and a lot of things going on right now with the touring and working on a new record too. So I'd like to go in the studio maybe next summer and start on the next one.
Well, I congratulate you on.
Thanks, brother. Same for you, man. You've been around for a long time.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. Thank you, Charlie.
You got it.
Lillian Axe, Starlight Wall. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, brother.
Happy.